Yes, they say you can change the story, but you will never change the truth. And now, what happened in Nyeri has been the topic of the town. And I can tell you that blame game has begun, and the government is trying so hard to change or to tell the story against Gachagua.
Many other constructive ideas that I organize, no one can associate me with goons. Claims that violence was planned from my home, or that criminals gathered or celebrated there, are deliberate political fiction. They are meant to shift attention from real leadership work. While others manufacture chaos, we are busy building solutions. Let us confront the real issues facing this country. Why is a former deputy president who holds no constitutional office moving around with a fake police vehicle complete with a siren? A former leader without an office cannot behave like a roaming state. Kenya is not a personal convoy. Under what authority does he move with armed individuals? The law must apply in the same way to all of us, and I want to give the details of the armed people that the former deputy president Rigathi Gachagua moves around with. A police constable under service number 113359. His name is William Karema Macharia. This police constable was interdicted in 2023, and he was charged in Mavoko Court for misusing his firearm and ammunition. He was colliding with criminals, giving out his firearm for criminal activities. And the constable William Karema Macharia was interdicted and charged in Mavoko Court. I have the documents here, which I will share with all of you. And in 2023, Rigathi Gachagua, as deputy president, he brought back this police constable through back doors to the service. And when he got out of the office, he went with this police constable. This police constable is armed. He has been moving around with him. This police constable, together with Mr. Kufai.
Because MP Wamumbi is saying that Gachagua is the one who orchestrated the plan, and he's saying that Gachagua used police officers that he used to work with when he was the deputy president to actually use personal firearms and tear gas to cause chaos pale kanisani.
You're asking why Rigathi and why Mount Kenya?
Yeah, and why church?
And why church?
Because on Saturday Rigathi was in Mount Kenya.
Yes.
Why was he on Saturday?
Let me ask you why. Let me tell you why church.
No, first of all,
outside when we have public rallies, because of the public. There's so many people out there that gonna overwhelm them. These are 15 police officers, rogue police officers, led by those two guys I'm talking about. And they cannot attack a public rally because we are in thousands. We are in thousands. And we could see it. And the people outside there, they can face them. They're not afraid of anything. But when it comes to church, it is an enclosed place. We are all in church. We are all looking at the altar. We are all listening to the word. And the only people that we have outside there is a few.
So you're sitting ducks.
That is a place whereby we do not have so many people with us.
Now, you see, one thing I'll tell you is that what happened yesterday was so bad to a point whereby the government can never accept that they're the ones. Even if they are the ones or not, they will never accept that. Because I'll tell you, when you watched the videos of the children crying, tear gas nearly killing the kids, you will know that the situation was so serious. And you see, one of the things that is making this story more, tougher, is the fact that it happened inside a church and it has been a trend. Okay, it has been a trend.
And when children tried to go out of the church, they met with police officers, beating them around, harassing our mothers, harassing the clergy, and even going ahead to touch our party leader's vehicle. They destroyed most of our vehicles that had parked there. And to my surprise, police officers were escorting goons using a police vehicle. The number plates have been exposed by our party leader today. And I must say that that was such a horrific moment.
So this was an unprovoked attack at any point?
But now, I don't understand how can Gachagua organize goons to attack the church and even use live bullets aiming at him. I don't understand that. And if the government knows that the people who are there were Gachagua's people, I think by now they should have arrested all of them. Why haven't they arrested them? You see? And I will stick to what I've been saying in this podcast, that there is a huge scheme, a serious plan to stop Gachagua in Mount Kenya.
The president and his administration has attempted to assassinate me several instances. In November 2024, gangs from the Mungiki sect under police escort attacked me in Limuru viciously and almost killed me. I was saved by the people from the area. Images of those who attacked me have been all over. Since then, nobody has ever been arrested. On December 2024 in Shamata, where I had gone for a Thanksgiving ceremony for the local MCA in Nyandarua, an inspector of police hurled tear gas canister at me.
And we saw a series of attacks from, Nyeri, Kirinyaga, name them. Even in Kiambu, he was attacked. And you can't tell me that Gachagua can be planning all this, and the government with all the machineries at Yawajui, Ninani, Gachagua. I believe if Gachagua was the one who was planning it, by now, those people who have been used to throw tear gas would have been banned the bus right now. Okay? So there's a serious scheme to stop Gachagua in Mount Kenya. That one I can tell for free. Okay? Whoever is doing it, of course, that one I leave it to you. You can judge. But I remember Ruto once said that he will never allow Gachagua to stand between him and the Mount Kenya people. He said that. And to me, I took it as a threat. Yes, I took it as a threat. Now, Gachagua is urging the Mount Kenya people never to welcome William Ruto, never to vote for him, and never to listen to him.
Mimi ndio dawa ya Kasongo. Akisikia mimi anahara. Ndio ananitumia wakora ya kunipiga. Lakini nyinyi vijana sasa munikinge. Mutanikinga vijana. Mukisikia Rigiji anakuja pahali munajipanga. Hiyo wakora akija munawatoa haraka. Na mimi nimeshukuru kwa watu ya Gatundu. Watu ya Gatundu walishika hiyo wakora, wakawanyang'anya miti ya jembe, wakawachapa na hiyo miti ya jembe. Akina mama walitoka na mapanga wakafukuza hawa. Kwa sababu kama Kasongo anataka kutuangaisha, lazima tujikinge sasa.
And it's adamant that Wamumbi, Moses Kuria, and the rest are being used by Ruto, being funded to buy goons and stop his rallies in Mount Kenya. And the mission is to neutralize Gachagua in Mount Kenya. That's what Gachagua has been saying. But my point is, if the government knows indeed that these people were abused by Gachagua, by now they should have been arrested. Yes, by now. Because throwing tear gas inside a church, that is a crime besides being, that's being evil. You can't do that. We need to respect the house of the Lord. Okay? Yes. Politics should be done outside, but not throwing tear gas inside the church, trying to, smoke out the people who are inside the church. Okay? So, blame games have begun, but Kenyans are still asking if the people who are there were used by Gachagua, why haven't the government arrested them? What are they doing? Because it is said that some of them are senior police officers. I believe if they are senior police officers, by now they should have been arrested. That's what I believe. But remember, in the morning, there is a police officer who came out and gave a whole story how it was planned. In fact, what he was saying is that the government was the one who planning the attack against Gachagua. So, which is which, okay? So, you see, I will stick to what I said before, that besides William Ruto having a bond to pick with Gachagua, having a strong issue with Gachagua, again, there are Mount Kenya people who hate Gachagua. Why? You see, DCP is now the ruling party in Mount Kenya. And for you to win a seat in Mount Kenya, you most likely will have to use DCP. And that can also be that's where the bitterness is coming from. Because just imagine a member of parliament, a governor who is trying to seek re-election, but is in UDA, okay? And he thinks that DCP is the one controlling Mount Kenya. What happens? That person will have to hate Gachagua because the only choice he has is to join DCP. And you see, when he joins DCP, he will have to face William Ruto because Ruto will ask him, why are you joining DCP? And now, when you join DCP, kama ni governor, utapata kwamba some cases zinakufuata, corruption. For example, the one that happened last week, Wamatangi. What happened to Wamatangi? He was taken to court. His property was destroyed, all because he's not in UDA. Okay, he's partly in DCP and not in UDA. Because if he would have been in UDA, I believe the story would have been different. So what I'm trying to say here is that there is a serious scheme against Gachagua's life, and he should be careful wherever he is. Okay, and again, there's some people I don't trust around him. There's some people I believe could be used by the government to actually, destroy him. Because how does the government know? Okay, I'm assuming the goons, because I believe the goons, I don't think Gachagua is the one who is organizing the goons. And if he's the one, then I think this matter is so serious. But I don't understand. I don't think if he's the one. Because I don't believe Gachagua can have the power to even bribe police officers in public. Okay? Those police officers who are seen there were not from Gachagua's side, because kama wangekuwa to Gachagua, they could have been afraid, because you will lose your job once you are captured there. And you see, the police there had confidence. Okay? They had confidence because they probably knew that there's a strong person behind what they are doing. If the police were actually, being used by Gachagua, they could have even hidden their face. But they never did so because they had confidence. It's the same as what happened last year during the Jay-Z protest. What happened? The goons was seen being escorted by police land cruisers. So you're telling me Gachagua is the one who you see? In even the time of protest, the government still blamed Gachagua of planting goons. Yet we could see goons being escorted by police land cruisers. Okay? So what happened yesterday? Of course, no one will accept that Nia Lifanya. Like, the fact is, it was not good. And ICC has already issued an alert saying that they have to deal with such matters. There's no way in the world, a church can be invaded with tear gas, with bullets. And ICC is now chipping in. They want to know what is happening in Kenya. Okay? And remember, here in Kenya, we have been having customers for ICC. We know them, huh? And ICC will have an easy time to call them again and ask them, why are you allowing this to happen in your country and you are the president? Tell me, guys. Thank you. If you love politics, then Dr. Politica is your cup of tea, the place for minds that think. If you are watching this from anywhere else, search the name, hit subscribe, and stay sharp with us. Thank you for making Dota Politica your home for fearless political truth. Every view, every like, every share fuels the fire behind the hours of research, filming, and editing we pour into each episode. By showing up consistently, you don't just support a channel, you empower a voice. In a world ruled by headlines, spin, and power games, you remind us that real people still care about real facts. We are here to inform, inspire, and ignite critical thinking, not just for today, but for generations to come. You are not just a viewer, you are the reason this platform exists.